前往国会大厦。The writer.
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
第一个单词的作家，而非最后一个单词的作家。随着对光的恐惧阴影笼罩，第三只眼现如今已经睁开，投射夜晚时候到了。创作这个仪式会指引你前，等你死后，你的朋友会碰到它。
The story determined where I could go
Story.
and where I couldn't.
Hanging in the air. Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it. Hanging in the air. A meaning. The violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see. And yet, making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level. Overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
"回到了站台，啊，这个站台有点绵延不绝的样子。啊？这几个意思啊？这是要？哦。霰弹枪。Parliament Tower 变了，原来这里不是火山湖站哦，火山口 Street 站吗 ？Kadara。现在变了，这边也封住了。
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Jeff.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
把灯都拿了。
Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape? Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead.
电话。
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God it picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? you make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will...
Wait, hello?
Scratch.
Go on, ma'am.
The Dark Place. Opening soon. A photograph and videograph exhibited by Alice Wake. 标志是猫头鹰啊，哈！猫头鹰在这故事里很重要。
Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
都是猫头鹰的纹饰。 这整个大楼都遍布猫头鹰，这是猫头鹰，门上是猫头鹰，安能威克的小屋里是猫头鹰，台词里是猫头鹰，追寻猫头鹰，猫头鹰代表夜中的这种守望者的感觉，黑夜中的。 还好我有准备，我早有准备，他他妈要吓我，我操！我可太有准备了，这个。
Alice's photo equipment set to go off when the door opens.
哦，这个展览有点意思啊。这是他们的家，他改成展览了，意思是。
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
对，这是他们的家。以前那个公寓。我操，这什么情况
Alice.
选照。
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
他怎么认出这是 Scratch， 而不是他自己？可能他自己能分得出来。这上面画了个螺旋标志。
This is the door to my study.
这标志怎么有点眼熟啊？
This symbol wasn't here before.
哎，不是这个标志怎么有点眼熟啊？我操！等一下，不知道在哪里见过。 就是当时他们点蜡烛停电的时候，点那个蜡烛甚至都在这里。我靠，一代公寓那一段。
Alice's video camera.
交储存。
No memory card inside.
Video art doc. 怎么这翻译出了好几个问题？看 ，dark place。Part 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right?
又卡住了。
We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. Easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent.
是他，那是 Scratch。
It was Alan,
黑暗面，
and yet it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why? I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
墙上的涂鸦就好像刚才那个头。
I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here, on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap, on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap.